in Portugal and nice memory.
So to increase the connection between the international students and the local students. Is that happening for you, Tracy?
For me, the Faculty of Law has been extremely helpful. Of course, I'm from the global law school, so by virtue of that, all of us are, or most of us are international students, but they've been extremely helpful and right from the start, from helping us find accommodation, very hands-on with us. In one sense, though, that has been, they've acted as a crutch, and that's brought me down, especially in terms of learning the local language. As part of integration, I should start learning how to speak the local language, learning how to speak Portuguese. But I suppose I've become lazy, because whenever I go to the School of Law, everything is done in English, everything is convenient. So maybe perhaps in that sense it becomes a crutch, but in every other sense, I think they've been extremely forthcoming, extremely helpful. I think for me, one area that could help improve the understanding of international students is with the library. I was talking to my Portuguese colleagues and they said, no, we really don't have a culture of studying in the library and sitting in the library. And that was one of my big disappointments when I went up there, and the variety of books from different parts of the world was extremely limited. And for me, who's not all of us are social people who like to learn by going out with people and meeting up with people. Some people prefer to go up and read about a place and study places. And I think by making our library more international, that's the first step, since we are an international school.
Absolutely. Very good point. Giancarlo.
Well, I can tell you that I am really living in a dream because when I decided that I would like to study abroad in the doctorate program, I would say, can I really do that, you know? And since I've been here, so now it's the second year, I really can tell you that the university opened my mind, you know, because now I received invitations to lectures in other European countries in the philosophy and ethics fields. So it's really important because then we can share experiences, and the professors, the teachers are very helpful. They really give, you know, all information you need. People at the university in general are very friendly. So I could join Amnesty International Portugal as a volunteer here, and also the Free Freedom Movement. And all these ways of sharing experiences and researches are because of my study in the doctoral program. So I'm really very happy. It's a challenge. It's not, sometimes it's really hard because you have to read a lot and study. Sometimes we feel lonely because we are not in our country and with our family. But you know, I discovered here that I have family here. So it's really wonderful, because after 2 years, I could tell you that I think that you feel something like that. I would like to tell you that after we live this experience, we are not the same anymore. Because I've been in Brazil 3 times since I am here. But since the first time that I came back, not, of course, many things are changing there, but the view, our view changes also. So, you know, I am Brazilian, but I feel Portuguese too. That's, you know, that's the difference. And when I am there, I miss being here. And when I am here, of course. So you know, this is the kind of double personality that is good.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want to accomplish. By the end of your experience here, you feel partly Portuguese, no matter what that means to you, but that's something that we want to have. And from our experience, and this is something that, I mean, sorry that I'm sharing our own experience here. This is something new to us. 10 years ago, talking about 1,000 international students at this university would be like a huge revolution. If someone would tell us that in 10 years we'll have 1,000 students from 80 something countries, that would be regarded as science fiction for us. And nowadays we're here, and I can't tell you how much this also has changed the schools and the university. I can talk from our own experience across the yard. We are much more punctual nowadays than what he used to be 10 years ago, and that's a huge improvement and something that we owe it to the international students, the improvement of quality of many of the things that we have. And this type of diversity of getting something better from everyone is what you guys were talking about, being a citizen of the world and not a citizen of a country, because if we stick to what we are and not to the others can improve upon us, then we'll be worse off than what we are right now. Kevin, you've been around longer. How can we help the international students? I mean, I'm sure there's plenty we can do.
They don't need any help. They know we're very well to us. I mean, that's how I integrated into society, and I don't think things have changed. The other thing with globalization and citizen of the world and all that kind of thing, it's very true. I mean, in the classes that I teach, it's now far more difficult to look at somebody and assume that they are from Lisbon or they are from wherever in Europe in particular. I mean, I do find it kind of strange that students have become a lot more homogenous, and it becomes a lot more difficult. If I can just give you quite an extreme example, we had a black student here in the mid to late 1990s. I had to tell his colleagues not to make rude monkey noises. The difference that has taken place between the mid and late 1990s and now is night and day. There is a completely different environment. It's so much more welcoming. You mentioned better punctuality. I would also point to better driving. Lisbon is a much safer place to drive than it was 20 years ago. And from that perspective, I think I can say nice things about my faculty as well. Everything has been done. The buddy program, the mentoring, and all of this kind of thing. There's been a great deal of advance.
And we're still in the beginning. Questions? I mean, Mariana has a microphone in the back, so please ask us your questions. As you do ask your questions and share your fears, and please introduce yourselves and let us know where you're coming from. If you don't have any questions, I'll call you. So.